Hello everyone, and welcome back to Fableheim and Iratus, Wrath of the Necromancer. We resume our journey right before the new boss on the 3rd floor, but today I awoke to a gift. Halloween has concluded, and as such, we have been pressed with yet another balance patch. Oh boy, and there are quite a few changes here that caught me off guard. So I thought, well, let's go over the balance patch. It's not going to be too long. And I'm just going to go over the changes to the minions because there are some changes to monsters and bosses, some of which would be spoilerific, and I don't want to spoil, even myself. Yay. So first up we have the skeleton, good old Skeletor. Feller of Titans, master of mediocrity. His Q has been upgraded. The unassuming strike, clumsy strike, and sudden strike can now target position 3 and 4. This is an attack that ignores armor. It can be upgraded to ignore block or not miss. This gives the skeleton additional range and is very good. Good. Forceful Lesson, which is this one. Movement ability. It had its damage increased from 75% to 100% of its attack. So now it does more damage. Not that I've ever used this for damage, but, you know, it does the thing now. Astounding Fortitude and Unnerving Fortitude have had their armor and resistance gain changed from 10 to 12. You're now a bit more durable when you are in this stance. An upgrade to the stressed skeleton, no doubt. Mystic Fortitude, which is the one that strictly improves the resilience in your stance, has been upgraded from 14 armor and resistance to 18 armor and resistance. So now, you can be a really tanky boy, if you wish. Strength and Mediocrity is the upgrade of Embrace Mediocrity, that gives attack and dread as well as armor and resistance. And that has had its attack and dread bonus change from 2 to 4. So now it is twice as good in the offense section. Still stacking up to 3 times as mean, it can stack up to a total of plus 12 attack and plus 12 dread. Not bad. Smite, Vorpal Smite, have had their damage changed from 40% to 50%. This is a pretty big deal. This attacks twice, and for every buff on an enemy it will attack one more time. I love Smite. It's so good. And the cheese of all cheeses involves Smite, because Vorpal Smite is one that has a 4% chance to immediately kill the target. So the ultimate cheese is to run double skeleton, double lights, double lost soul. Constantly buff the enemies, and then just smack them with both your skeletons that have Vorpal Smite and pray to the dark gods that you instantly kill them. And that's the cheese. Pretty good cheese. Smite the show-offs. My favorite upgrade, though, for the lulls, of course, as it has damage increased from 50% to 65%. So Skeletor has been improved quite dramatically. Shall we see the return? Probably not, but hey, maybe. The zombie has also received one change. In the pre-patch, the zombie was nerfed to oblivion. Poor zombie. He was hit with a nerf bat because his feature now makes it so that his new feature makes it that he ignores armor and resistance all the time. They nerfed the ever-living crap out of his attacks, but then recently, they reverted all the changes. So all of his damage types were brought back to where they were, and now, his Q and both of its upgrades can be cast from the 4th position. An interesting change. I think they...
the bones, strengthen the flesh, blacken the spirit.
Yes. Thank you, Iratus. I believe that this came in because of the Reaper, basically. Because the Reaper can use his special attack, or his single target attack from the 4th line. They're like, you know what? Why don't we just let the zombie do it too? And that was it for the zombie changes. Yep. Next we have the Dark Knight. More changes for our boy, Mordred. This caught me off guard. It really did. So, first things first, the baseline armor and resistance for the Dark Knight has been changed from 7 to 8. I don't actually think that took effect. Oh, it did. Maybe it did. Oh, it did. Good. It did take effect. Nice. That's one more armor and resistance, but the Dark Knight, that is pretty important to the Dark Knight, although overall rather insignificant. Heartless Slash and Death Comes for Everyone has had its damage changed from 60% to 80%, so the baseline damage is higher. Edge of the Abyss, which is the upgrade we have taken, has had its damage changed from 90% to 120%. Of course, that's because the Death Comes for Everyone upgrade increases the damage based on the armor and resistance of the Dark Knight, more so than just the baseline damage. Ooh, Death Comes for Everyone. So that's kind of the Dark Knight shtick, right, with his physical attacks, is that he can gain bonuses based off of his defenses. And I've done some testing with this before, and it was sorely lacking. So now I'm kind of curious if you can get that to be respectable. And I'm sure the devs are interested in our testing as well. 4. Heartless Slash and Edge of the Abyss. Oh, that's this again. Heartless Slash, Edge of the Abyss. The damage, I was wondering why this number was so high. The damage depending on armor and resistance changed from 40% to 80%. Nearly doubled. Which means this. Yep, Death Comes from Everyone. The damage depending on armor and resistance changed from 60% to 120%. So they doubled the benefit from armor and resistance. I was wondering why that number was so high. It seemed pretty high. That's good. Now, one thing I was thinking about when I was perusing these changes was there's not really an item you can use to give your minions more armor and resistance. There really isn't. The only thing I could think of was the artifact for Iratus, which is a chess piece. Do I still have that? I do. There's a version of this for resistance and a version of this for armor, where you equip this and then your minions will have 6 additional resistance, or armor depending on the piece you have. There might be one now that gives both, but I can't think of it. So yeah, that's a thought. It's a thought. Unfeeling Aggression, We Are Nothing, and All is Dust. We've actually used this. Has had its crit damage changed from 200% to 400%. That's a lot. That's a lot of crit. What does your innate crit scaling look like? It looks like not good. But, you know, with fate, you can change fate. That'd be interesting. The All is Dust scales with debuffs and buffs, and the We Are Nothing scales with armor and resistance. More testing required now? Question mark? I think so. Probably not on Eternal Harvest, but I think so. For the Wraith! Wait, what? The Banshee, that's it. I clicked the right thing, but said the wrong thing. The only change the Banshee has received is Soprano, Crescendo, and Accelerando. This is a great attack. Can now be used from the 4th position. This is a big deal. Because I used to put the Banshee in the 3rd position just so that I could use Soprano. But more specifically, Accelerando, I think. Yeah. Accelerando is amazing. Now, she can actually, a proper stress Banshee can now be in the 4th position. Which is super good because that means if you want to do her support or her stance shenanigans, you aren't going to be pushed out of pressing Soprano. So that's a significant buff as far as tactics are concerned. Not so much for her functionality, but I think the Banshee's really strong. I just kill her all the time because I'm a greedy little boy, and I always try to go for Murder Banshee. But it's fun. Now it's the Wraith's turn. Where are you at? Kusogtha, the writhing tentacle. Hi. Let's see, what are you up to? Your baseline attack has been changed from 17 to 21 to 22 to 26. And your baseline dread has been changed from 24 to 28 to 26 to 30. Wow. You're just getting stronger. Oh, this was great. They upgraded, or they buffed Kusogtha's feature. This caught me off guard. I thought her feature was already in a great spot. But it's been buffed. Oh. The bonus you get each turn of evasion and accuracy was changed from 3 to 5. And the total stack has been changed from 5 to 6. So originally, over 5 turns, you'd get up to additional 15 accuracy and evasion. Now, that's been doubled. Which is just well, amazing, but wild. So right now, if we wait 6 turns, we'll have an additional 30 accuracy, combined with our baseline 35 evasion that brings us to 65, with our phantom close and our baseline block and ward at 2, we're at 100. 100 evasion. Yep. Oh, great change. Terror Wave, Echoing Terror, and Panic Blast can now be cast from the 4th position. So this is the stress attack, or of course it's a stress attack. It is the Wrath attack for the Wraith. That is okay. It's okay. The reason I like the 3rd position for the Wraith is because, more importantly, Ghostly Fire and the magical attack can be cast from the 3rd position. But hey, if you like your 4th position Wraiths, now you have more options. Go back to the arena, Kazanka. I'll need you later, I'm sure. The Headhunter has received a buff. Fish? Question mark? The Headhunter. None shall escape his bounty-seeking wrath. And so his feature has been changed. Enemies have a negative 50% chance to escape when in battle with the Headhunter. Can stack. This used to be 15. When it was 15, I just kind of ignored it. But now that it's minus 50, 2 bounty hunters means no one escapes. Let none survive. That's entirely... I think this is Unfrozen basically putting a stamp, an official stamp on my part farming build. Like, yep, this is what the Headhunter's used for. Congratulations, you figured it out. Thanks, I appreciate it. The next change is for the Blood Phantasm Kamazats. Awaken from your dark slumber. Baseline armor changed from 4 to 5. Baseline resistance changed from 4 to 5. Baseline luck changed from 4 to 5. Baseline evasion changed from 4 to 5. Sensing a theme here. Mildly insignificant in the grand scheme of all things, but a buff, technically. Transfusion, Grand Transfusion, and Rage Injection, this is his stance, can now be used from the 4th position. Ah, 4th position Blood Phantasm. The meme is no longer a dream. To be fair, I made it work anyway. But now, it's official. Pretty much all but one ability can be used from the 4th position. I love it when I'm right. So the obvious stances, I really like Rage Injection, and I've used it a lot. But basically, it's that you enter his stance, and then whenever the Blood Phantasm is hit, he will recover Vigor to the rest of his allies. Not himself, but the rest of his allies. And then, with Rage Injection, they'll also gain 1 attack and 1 dread until the battle ends. So I've used this a lot to try and survive. It's okay. It's okay. Just okay. Chains of Anger and Moaning Chains. They buffed our ability. The damage has been changed from 100% to 125%. Look at that. Ooh, baseline 45 to 48 damage. You'll love to see it. So they made the Chains baseline hit harder. Oh, this one. Yeah. And then the Chains to Fury, which is the upgrade we did not take, but it's the one that increases its base damage. I said its damage changed from 130% to 150%. I've always taken Moaning Chains. I've never not taken Moaning Chains. But hey, now it's been improved. Good job, Kamazats. You're even better than you were before. We have 2 creations left. The Fallen Dhampir. Oh, I should have made one of them. Wait, I can still use one, right? Oh, I don't think I can. No. Oh, I can, sure. Now I can make an excuse to create one. Come here.
Embrace your true self.
Come hither. Oh, this kind of messes up my naming scheme, though, huh? We'll have another 3, why not? Not that big of a deal. Okay. For the Fallen Dhampir. Her attack bonus has been changed from 3 to 4. So that impacts her scaling. Oh, ho, ho. Dread bonus has been changed from 5 to 6. Wow. So that's 5 total more attack and 5 total more dread. Her upgrade, or luck bonus has also been changed from 4 to 5. Wow, they've changed that again? So that's 7 more total luck? Wow. What? 7 times 5? Isn't that 35? Yo, your luck is crazy. What? Aim for the vein, aim for the heart, and aim for the soul. This one. So aim for the vein, the baseline. Vigor restored by critical strike chance changed from 40% to 65%. So they've improved the baseline healing. Aim for the heart has had its vigor restored by critical hits changed from 50% to 100%. Ooh. Wow. Aim for the soul, which is this one. Critical mana restored by critical hit has changed from 25% to 50%. They just buffed the returns on this all across the board. Luck is very important. Pain Blast and Terror Blast. We've used this to win the game many times. Because his damage changed from 25% to 30%. And Agony Blast has had a damage change from 30% to 40%. A small increase, but because it hits 5 times, that could be a significant increase. Sundering Squall and Disfiguring Flurry as his damage changed from 40% to 50%. Usually when you're trying to deal damage, the physical attack one is a little better, but maybe not anymore. And Sundering Storm says damage increase from 50% to 65%. Terror Blast, this one. The cost has been changed from 25 to 20 Wrath, and the Disfiguring Flurry also the same. This upgrade has no damage increase, but it was to reduce the cost of Wrath. Because when you're using the Fallen Dampier, you can just spam these out like crazy. And I have. Wow. Good. Fallen Dampier's strong. I mean, we knew that, but now she's stronger. The last change is for the Black Widow, good old off. Her baseline vigor has been changed from 130 to 140. More vigor is always good. Remember, the Abomination begins with 150. She's getting there. She's climbing. Baseline attack has been changed from 13 to 18 to 15 to 20, and same for the baseline dread. Not that big of a deal, but more attack is always useful. The one that caught me off guard was the change to the Spider Venom. Spider Venom damage to regular enemies has been changed from 2% to 4%. They doubled the efficacy of Spider Venom against non-boss entities. It's still 1% for bosses. So with her unique item, the Venom Spikes, if you apply Spider Venom in any way besides Spiky Cocoon, that person is going to take 8% Vigor and Sanity damage on their next turn. That's kind of wild. That seems like a lot. That's not just me, right? Anyway, let's go murder this group. I've talked long enough. Those are all the minion balance changes. Like I said, the rest of the changes are to minions. And ain't nobody got time for that. I just realized what we're fighting. Shimata. Okay. Welcome to our first Dampier. It's actually very unusual that we see a Dampier this late. Like, usually we've seen one by now. The Dampier. In case you were unaware of how to obtain or unlock the Fallen Dampier, it's very simple. You see, you simply drive her insane, and then kill everyone else in the group or drive them away, make them escape. And then at the end of
there will still be enough left to reanimate.
And then it will end, the combat will end, and the Fallen Dampier will join you. It's that easy. Stitches. Probably gonna move backwards.
Strength through pain.
It seems to be the play. By the way, we're not going to capture this Fallen Dampier. I'm going to murder her. Currently, where my interests lie. I just made a Fallen Dampier. I don't need another one. I I crit for 132-ish with my bait shenanigans, so we'll just do this to remove the rest of the wards. This doesn't stack, right? No. Let's get some healing for good old Anubis. I need to move Mordred back, because the Dampier hits really hard. Oh, I can eat you now. That's cool. Oh, thanks for moving me. I appreciate that. Or I can just eat the Dampier. That's fine. I might delay then. This is gonna hurt a lot if I don't kill her, so cross your fingers. Stitches want to play.
Savor these last few heartbeats.
Owie. Fine. Be like that. I can't believe that didn't proc the 20%er. I thought for sure it would.
Ashes to ashes.
Oh, you're gonna escape.
Dust to dust.
That's rude, lady. Actually, you're not. Lol. Alright, give me my mana back. Because Stitches want to play. Alright, well. Not quite as efficient as I thought it would be, but we did it.
Mop up the gore. I'd hate to see plants using it as fertilizer.
I know, right? That would be a shame. Anubis! Have some health, my dear friend. Stitches! You tanked that well. You did. And for that, you deserve more vigor. Good job. Good job, Stitches. We have a cultist. Can you guess what I'm gonna get? Huh? We're gonna complete the meme. It's actually not complete yet. The Hourglass of Doom. So the meme's not complete, but we have the base parts required for the meme. Because I am the Lord of Memes, and I do not let my memes be dreams. We'll get around to it, though. If I feel safe on the 4th floor. That's a big if. So, I mentioned that I have no fear. And it's true. I am rather fearless. But I was advised to have a small amount of fear. So as always, I have located some sacrificial some explorers to go say hello to the new boss. And, as I am wont to, I will not read the text for this new boss. I will simply click the engage button, and we'll see how long our good friends can survive. It'll be fine. So this is the Bounty Hunter. I am mildly concerned that the Barbarian and the Crossbowman are summoned entities. That usually suggests that they can be resummoned. Less health than the Mech Bros. Doesn't escape, can't be moved, takes up to 2 adjacent positions, acts twice each turn. Whenever the Bounty Hunter uses an ability, he gains a buff charge that increases his initiative by 2. After accumulating 5 charges, he uses special ability and loses all charges. Okay. We can deal with that. Can we? We can. Yeah. Right? Yeah. I'm trying to think of who needs to be benched for that to happen, though. There are also lots of wards and blocks, and that's annoying. It's helpful when the Dampier is here, though.
Ah, your frail bodies fail you.
I'm just thinking. Just thinking. Uno is protecting 3. Okay. I'm pretty confident we can win this. Time to retreat. Let's see if any of our friends can survive this time. Good luck. Well, pretty sure Coxie is not surviving. Okay.
Death has been denied. For now.
Okay. So before we go off and destroy him, let's do some experimentation, shall we? Now, I was playing around with this earlier, and I discovered that I suck at figuring these out. So, if you would like, I'm not going to dawdle with this too long, because I spent a lot of time talking already. But feel free to let me know if you would like to watch the entire process, or if you want me to just kind of skip it and, relay the results that I come up with. But I was given 2 recipes, courtesy of Solus, and hopefully I can build off of these and we'll go from there. So one of them is armor, blood, and flesh. Personally, I don't think I would want to drink anything that was made out of armor, but here we go.
With knowledge and will comes victory.
Recovery potion. Target minion restores 10% of their maximum vigor. Good. Blood, heart, and ectoplasm. What do we get? A heart. The recovery broth. All minions restore 5% of their maximum vigor. Not a lot, but I'm pretty sure one of the things that I was discussing with Solus was some of these scale up really high with uncommon and better parts, which is why I kind of regret not picking up that alchemy thing soon enough, but oh well. So my logic here, there is logic. I was hoping that I could build off of one of these recipes, because I think the order in which the parts go in is important. So, for example, both the recovery potion and the berserker potion require the armor piece to go first. So, we have the armor piece first, now we just do some experimentation. We just keep throwing these in, I come up with random topics to talk about, we pray and hope that I find something. Oh look, we did.
Perfection takes time and proper ingredients.
Swamp mud decoction. All enemies lose 2 initiative or 2 turns. Fantastic. This is what I like to call the process of elimination, my friends. Alright, now that we have armor and dust taken out of the way, what's next? Armor and rags, sure. I can't say I want to drink anything made from both armor and rags, but hey. Sometimes we must make sacrifices. The Resilient Extract. Target minion receives minus 15% damage until the battle ends. Now do I have to... Oh, I can just delete these, okay. I might as well, right? Let's see. The target enemy losing luck is actually kind of freaking hilarious with Anubis, isn't it?
Despite my millennia of imprisonment, I am a rather impatient necromancer.
I'm sorry, Iratus. Alright, well, I'd like to keep the momentum and just keep experimenting because I'm probably going to forget stuff, but hey. Let's just go. We'll use these potions. So, my plan to counter the enemy. I'm glad you asked. It's a great question. Kasogtha. Because Kasogtha's Necrotic Wind removes all buffs from the target. So, boss does something special when he reaches 5 stacks of buffs. That's funny, you think you're gonna get there. So how do I... Which of these 2 comes out? We know we're gonna have Anubis. We know we're gonna have Stitches. Do we actually? What if it's Stitches that comes out? Stitches? Are you coming out? I mean, Stitches can eat summoned creatures, I think. But who would go in the second slot then? Probably not Thanatos, so I literally want to sit in the back and spam Agony of Terror. Mordred? Oh dear. Well, I maybe should go make more of those healing potions. If Mordred's gonna be in... I mean, okay. Here we go. Stitches, my good friend. Stitches. You're gonna have to sit this one out. Sorry, bud. Which of these do we want? We probably want Manosaurus, right? That's a thing. Yeah, let's take the mana source. Any immediate talent that spring out for us? No, we wanted to save for one of these, I think. Because if we're going to be doing more experimentation with potions, we definitely need to get Scalpel Artist. We need that in our lives. Okay. Sounds good to me. Oh, one more thing. This wasn't in the notes, but I'm pretty sure... Yes. Solus informed me. Remember last time, or 2 times ago, how I was talking about the Wrath ability for the Reapers seems to be scaling 400% off both the Sanity and the Vigor bar. So that's why I went with the Scythe of Oblivion, which was 500% for both. Well, it turns out that was not a bug. That was intended. The tooltip was just wrong. So now you can see they've doubled both of the numbers. So the maximum physical damage for Scythe of Death and Scythe of Life is 800%. And the maximum damage for both for Scythe of Oblivion is 1000% attack damage. And that's because it scales off both the missing Vigor and the missing Sanity. So that means that I actually need to put my thinking cap on and actually come up with a build that involves dual damage channels. But we'll get to that when the time comes. I'm scared for Mordred. I'm not gonna lie. But here we go. Faith in my minions will carry me to great victory. A former lycanthrope, this man used to hunt bounties as a giant bipedal wolf, bringing in his targets with ease. Unfortunately, at some point he encountered a rather meddlesome hero who cured him of his curse, leaving only a lingering connection to canines. After feeding the helpful hero to a starving pack, the bounty hunter had to start over, now using dogs to help him hunt. Unfortunately, more dogs means more mouths to feed, and more mouths means higher costs of doing business. So he's stuck, fighting against the tide of undeath simply because the money is too good to pass up. He fed the hero to his dogs. That's pretty messed up. Alright, I am incredibly concerned for Mordred's life, and it's been 1 turn. Just, excuse me.
End of magic.
Please attack Anubis. Thank you. Actually, I'm gonna delay. Can't Kosogtha be in the 2nd position? Let's talk about Sketch, shall we? I think he can. She can, excuse me. But anyway, let's put this on Mordred. Probably should have started with that. We'll begin. The wards are down, the curses shall flow.
My kingdom comes.
Now, because these are summoned units, like I said, I'm pretty sure that means they can be resummoned. Every example that of bosses where we fought summoned minions, that's been the case. So, I can't remember, is the Grand Magister's minions? Oh, you son of a... Are his minions resummoned? I don't actually know. Alright, we're going to go 1 more turn with Mordred in the 2nd position. And if it gets messed up, we'll deal with it.
Madness manifest.
With the mana source, we are restoring 10 mana at the end of every round, so it's worth it for us to actually... Do you always redirect? Or am I just losing a bunch of 50%? I'm losing a bunch of 50%, okay. Please don't do what I think you're gonna... Okay, good. Can you do your stuff in this... you can't do the most important thing from the 2nd position. 3, so 1. I have 1 more turn, technically. Alright. I can't have Mordred die. That's pretty important.
Extinction of life.
Good job. I dropped the negative luck potion because Eternity of Misfortune scales off of negative luck. Not horribly well, mind you, but it does. Next turn I have to remove these debuffs. Son of a... Oh, he marked Anubis. Good. I'm scared. Am I scared enough to press? I am. Actually, no, it's perfect. I don't need to remove these buffs. We just keep it on Anubis. Perfect. Could you please stop? Drop that there. I might have been able to... I could have used Fate. Unfortunate. It's fine. Goodbye, buffs. We'll go ahead and Infectious Lunacy here.
Madness manifest.
Alright. I am pretty confident right about meow.
You will soon embrace your new existence.
Anubis. Bestow your touch upon this fool that dared challenge me. Bye. Nope, that went well.
My will is a tide that will wash away your pathetic civilization.
The hunter becomes the hunted. The Salamander Skin. Any character that attacks this mini receives 40 magical damage. This is actually buffed in the pre-patch. This used to be 30. And I tested it when it was 30, and it was trash. I don't like it. Part of the reason it's trash is because resistance reduces the damage. And usually enemies like starting the 4th floor and higher will have like at least 10 resistance, if not more. So the damage of the skin's kind of irrelevant. It's a waste of an item slot in my opinion. The Sadist Hand increases damage by 10%. That is a good item. 2 flasks, Digger Souls, we have the token. Perfect. Well done, my minions. Can I actually sacrifice enough of these to get to foe? Probably not. Ooh, maybe, actually. Why you worth so much, light armor? Excuse me. There we go. With now 4 talent points, we actually have some very important options. I love blood magic. Blood magic is so good, but also Scalpel Artist. Okay. A strong foundation leads to success.
Through transformation, the will becomes free.
Deep breaths. Okay. Feel better about that now. Anubis. What are we doing with Anubis? Meh. I think Anubis is waiting to max out Vigor, honestly. Mordred, you did well, Mordred. I was very concerned for your existence the entire time. But you know what? You no longer need Mordred. You're maxed, bud. You did it. You did me proud. Kasogtha. More evasion seems cute, doesn't it? But we'll go with Vigor, not Vigor, we'll go with Dread now. Perfect. With the feature, I feel very confident about Kasogtha's survivability against everything but the Elite Royal Gunner. But we won't see him for a while. Few episodes yet. Thanatos, well done. My Dread Reaper. So we're going to wait until we can get the next upgrade for Dread. Which is just 1 turn away. Wow. With 154 Digger Souls, I don't want to do anything because I want to cap out the excavation with good old Uno, who managed to survive. Good job, Uno. You are number 1. I love cross-language puns. So, I think we'll hold off. A little short of an episode today, but we'll hold off on crossing into the next floor for next time because that's a big moment when we breach the catacombs. to beat the ever-living crap out of all of the magic stuff happening down there, because let's all be real, their archmages pale in comparison to the Necromancer. So, while I still remember what I was doing, I'll take this moment to see if we can create 2 more potions. Was I on dust? No, we were done with dust, right? Yes, because I was making jokes about how I would never want to actually drink something made of dust and armor. That would be terrifying. That's recovery potion. Or was it dust and rags? I don't know. Might get something useful.
Perfection takes time and proper ingredients.
Ooh, the essence of... Ooh, yes? Just instantly restoring Wrath? Yo. Could we have a Wrath team? We could totally have a Wrath team. Okay, we're done with armor and whatever that was. I totally was... Was that blood? I think that was blood. We're running out of resources, too. It's fine. It's perfectly fine. Okay. Something is wrong. Might get something... This is not something you would want to drink. Armor, weapon, and rags. Game? These are not drinkable items. The acidic potion. The target enemy loses 10 armor until the battle ends. I mean, that's... I'm tossing this. Screw that. I mean, that's one way to get rid of armor, but that's just so... Wait, did I just go through all this? Alright, let's try armor hearts. Anything interesting here, game? Ooh. Armor heart and rags. What could this be?
Perfection takes time and proper ingredients.
Oh. Potion of vulnerability. Target enemy receives 20% more damage for 3 turns. Could you... Stitches! Could we potion of vulnerability, fate Stitches, and then literally one-shot someone? I wonder. I bet we could. What are Stitches' items again? Stitches, come back. I need you, Stitches. You're beautiful. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise, Stitches. Okay, so he has the Pound of Flesh for survivability and the Acidic Gland for usefulness. Because this is so niche, I'm resisting the urge to replace this with something that deals damage, or increases his damage, excuse me. Because we're about to cap out on Dread. Which means the only other way to increase his damage would be items, artifacts, or something that still eludes me. Because RNG does not favor me for some reason. Anyway, that was it for today. Thank you all for watching. Hope that you enjoyed. The Bounty Hunter has fallen. Yet another new boss has fallen. The meme is nearly here. We have assembled the pieces. And if we can stabilize, we might see the meme sooner rather than later. But there's no promise. We'll get around to it, I'm sure. And more Dread, you put in good work today. Thank you for not dying on me. Although you lost half your health in one hit, I won't hold that against you, because it was a berserker. Thank you for sticking with me through this unusual episode. I hope that you enjoyed going over the patch notes, seeing all the changes. Skelebro has become more powerful. Will we see the return of Skeletor? Probably not, but hey, who knows what can happen. Fate is not written in stone. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye!